Hi everybody, welcome along, welcome to my home and welcome along to our Saturday afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you are, craftaganza. I don't know, I've just made it up. Anyway, today we are going to have another look at Edith Holden, and I know she is a perennial favourite of mine and of a lot of you as well. I think everything probably that can be done with Edith has been done with Edith. But today I'm going to just kind of kick back and make some tags. Because I need some tags. And also I can put some in my Etsy shop. So that's the plan for today. So far what I've done is I've cut out some tags this size, which is 3 inches wide by about 6, and I've cut some that are 3.5 by about the same, so it's about 6. It's an arbitrary measurement. I was just cutting the paper in half, so whatever it happened to be at. And I'm not going to use the country diary today. I'm going to use the garden notes, because what I really want is text. I'm not looking for the images today, I'm looking for text. And this, although the text is different in here, it's not that beautiful sort of blocky printing that Edith does. It's still quite nice, and I think it's better to have that in the background of my tags than other things that naughty words can slip into, because I'm quite sure Edith never said a naughty word in her life. So I'm pretty sure that I don't have to actually read everything, which actually is the case even with the Pears Encyclopedia. Naughty words pop up, and unless you're really on your game, you could slip up. You could really offend someone. So that's the plan. Right, so what I want to do first is take some pages out. And I say I've been quite naughty here. I've just torn a page out. That's not good. Normally what we do is find the centre of the signature, and you'll see where it's been stitched in. And if you take your quick unpick, which was a really good tip someone gave me for your sewing machine, and then just cut through those threads, because it's quite difficult with even a craft knife actually to get into that little gully there in the middle. Oh, gully. I think that was the word I was looking for from a crossword. Yeah. I solved that then as well, hasn't it? So I hope you're all doing well. Keeping warm, those of you in the colder climes. Right, so we've done that, and now the pages literally lift off. I'm obviously not going to be using that. That's being kept no matter what. And this nature notes, it's kind of like you can make your own notes as you go through. So, January the 1st started Mr. Green. What was I thinking? Mr. Green has found his new home in Indiana. And I'm quite sure that he will be loved and cared for. And he has a space on the shelf, I can see, next to an Edith lap book that I did a good while ago now. So he's got Mr. Green and Edith, and I'm just thinking if they get really close, perhaps we could have some mini journals. She could become Mrs. Green, and then we could have some babies. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Anyway, look, that's just been silly. So that's a really good page of text, and I'm not fussed about losing that. So let's see here. That's a good page of text, nothing that I want to keep on the back. That hasn't really got any text that I want, but I'll keep that because sometimes I quite like to put that on the front of books, the country diary, or her name even, Edith Holden. And that's a fussy cut if ever I saw one, so I'll keep that to one side. And I'm not sure if we've reached the page now that's stuck in. Yeah, I think we have. So I am... Oh, no, it might come. It might. I love those irises. My mum's name was Iris, and so I have a bit of an affinity for irises. Whew. So I'll keep the iris page, and that's another... I'm looking for about 8, possibly 8 text pages, so that's 2. Now then, this one... I think that one... Oh, I think it was stuck in, but I think that's part of the next signature, actually. Oh, maybe not, I don't know. Oh, this one. Well, that's going nowhere, I'm keeping that. Oh dear. Let's see if we can find the centre of the signature. Yeah, there we go. Now what do I do with me doodah? Not already. No, I don't want to start losing things already. Ah, there it is. Yeah, I mean, the Edith images are absolutely just so beautiful. But I have, and I know some of the rest of you have, the CD-ROMs with the Edith images on. Now, it's not straightforward using those. I won't pretend that it is. Even once you get them where you want them, you still have to mess around with the colour saturation and stuff because they do print very pale. So it's 2 good pages there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. I don't know, will I get a tag out of that? Nope. So we'll just tear that down now. Put that on that pile. I just want one more. What's going on here? It must be another signature. Yeah, there we go. You could, I mean, you could fussy cut these, and I have fussy cut them before. But I'm kind of spoilt now I've got the CD-ROM. And I've finally, after, I don't know, probably a couple of years, good couple of years, fathomed out how to actually use it and get prints. Well, there's no way I'm using that. I mean, come on. What's on the back of this one? Yeah, this one we can have. I love these chaffinches. I really love them. So I think that's 8, and I'll put the remainder, the remnants, whatever you want to call them, back in there so I know where they are the next time I'm looking for them. Right, what shall I do now? That's a good question, isn't it? Well, I'll just start with one of the larger ones. Let's hope that the text is long enough to fit down it, because I didn't try it before. Whoa, look at that. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I think what I'm going to do is actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to draw around it and cut it out. That's the best thing I can think of, because my cutting skills are legendary for being bad. Not good. So yeah, I think the thing to do is just draw around that. I'm pretty organised today. I've had a bit of a rejig of my desk, and I've now got my sewing machine sitting right here, which is much more convenient when I'm sewing on a live. I've got my box from Victoria, which I shall show you later. It's supreme. I've got stuff there that I use and stuff here. I'm pretty, yeah, I'm not bad for being organised today. So that probably means something's going to go wrong.
Jean says, is she in the right frame? You're cutting tags. Is that what we're doing today, making tags?
Yeah.
That's all right then.
Why?
I don't know. Well, it doesn't look like a tag, does it? What are you doing at the moment?
Oh, no, it doesn't look like a tag, but bear with, Jean, bear with. Steady on, girl. We'll get there. We'll get there someday, soon.
Thank goodness you're done. This is rated R for violence on a book. Can't stand it when you cut into them.
I must say, cutting into the actual Country Diary ones, yeah, you've got to steel yourself for that one. So I'm cutting this out. I'm trying to be tidy, but I know it's going to be a bit on the large side anyway, because my pencil, of the thickness of the pencil, blah blah. So I'm going to have to trim it down anyway once I get it on. Now, it's up to you what you do with this. You can chuck it in the bin if you want, but before you do, I would salvage that April off there, or that April off there, and there's some lovely proper Edith text there. It says, Miss B had some lovely pasque flowers sent her from Oxfordshire this morning. And here it says pasque flower. Now, sometimes it's so, you're scouring the book to find text that isn't on the back of something, you know, that you want to keep. So I would suggest that you actually keep that. I know it seems a bit silly, but one day you'll be glad you kept that. I'm telling you, you will. Right, so let's stick this on here. I'm going at really slow speed today, aren't I? Sorry. Whoa. My collar's been filled up, so it's no doubt quite feisty. Yeah, did I see somebody there just before I came on saying they were going to have 180 inches of snow? No, 180 inches.
That's a lot.
That's taller than your house. Well, I hope you've got a good snowblower or something. Right. So let's just get this on something like right.
It's 15 feet, so only if you live in a bungalow.
Yeah, that's true. If you live in a bungalow or a caravan.
Or a tent.
Or a tent.
Or that box under the bridge.
Yeah, people do those sort of things.
They do.
I'm not suggesting they're watching now, but some people do.
Some poor souls.
Yes.
Fancy having to live in a bungalow.
Right, so it is, as predicted, slightly large. So I'm just going to, I feel like Tina doing this. Those of you that watch Shabby Dabby Doodah will know what I mean. Tina doesn't measure a thing, not a thing. And honestly, I really have to steel myself to watch her. I love her and her personality, but I see her taking the scissors, great big shears, to like pieces of 12 by 12. She said, oh, we'll just cut along the middle. And I'm thinking, oh, Tina, just measure it. Because by the time she's got it to the size she wants, it's smaller than she set out with, I think. Anyway, that's not my business, is it? Right, so I was going to do 6, 3 of these and 3 of the other ones. So, you know, if you want to go and make a coffee or anything like that, this is a good opportunity, because I'm just going to repeat this twice more on here.
Did you say you wanted a coffee?
I didn't. I said if anybody wanted to go and make a coffee, it was a good opportunity. Because
I didn't know it was subliminal messaging.
No subliminal messaging. When I want a coffee, I'll say, can I have a coffee, please? Is that all right?
I think that's acceptable.
Fair enough. It's a good job I cut those tags where I cut them, actually, because much longer and they wouldn't have fitted in here. But I want them for a project that I'm doing, which has taken me way too long, to be honest. But it's a bit of a secret squirrel thing, so I can't tell you at the moment. But it will all become clear, possibly, if I can fathom it out. It's something that's for sale will be for sale, it's not for sale at the moment, will be for sale in my Etsy shop. Oh, look at those chaffinches, we've saved them. Not Amy's got a bit of a sliced head, but there you go. That's what you get. So let's just glue him down. And I know a lot of you watch Julie's videos, Camellia Craft Designs videos. She's a lovely lass, a real northern lass. There's no airs and graces about her. She is exactly what you see is what you get. And she was talking the other day about how she wasn't going to, you know, we couldn't see what she looked like at the moment because she's had an unfortunate do with her teeth. And, well, she can't keep a particular tooth in. So I thought I'd regale you with my tooth story. You may or may not have noticed for some time now that I have a missing bottom tooth. Oh dear, I'll tell you what happened to it. It was one tooth in the centre at the bottom on a plate, and I was in hospital and I was going for an operation, and I've had operations before, and I know they say give us your tooth and we'll put it in a dish and you can have it straight away afterwards. And then when you ask them for it, it's, oh, which dish was it? Where is it? Blah, blah. So I thought I'll save all of that and I'll just take it out beforehand. So when the porter came to get me to take me down to theatre, I thought, right, I'm going to be clever here. So I took my tooth out on the plate and I laid it on, you know, that little table that they give you that swings over your bed, etc. I'll put it on there and I'll put a tissue over it because people don't really want to be looking at your tooth. It's a bit sort of gruesome. So anyway, I went to theatre, I had my operation, it took me a while to come round, and when I did, I went to get my tooth. No tissue, no tooth, nothing on my table. So I said to the nurse, I have my tooth here, it's gone. Have you, somebody taken it? Or, no, nobody's taken it. Nobody would have taken it. So when the cleaner came round later on, I said, did you see my tooth by any chance? It was here under a tissue. No, didn't see your tooth, and I cleaned up in here. So the long and the short of it anyway was he just picked the tissue up thinking it was just a used tissue, and it was in the bin. And when I asked, where was it? Where could I go and look through the bin? How awful. He said absolutely not. It's, it's an incinerator. You can't go and look through it. So that was the end of my tooth. And then COVID came. And I've been in the shielding category because I'm diabetic and I've got asthma, etc., etc. And so lo and behold, my tooth has not been replaced. So one of these days, I'm going to get to the dentist. Mr. F really needs to get to the optician as well. And then I shall have a full complement of teeth again. But that's what happened that. I couldn't believe it. Of all my worries of just waking up after surgery, etc., etc., I wasn't expecting a lost tooth to be amongst them. But there you go. That's what happens. I seem to be telling you more little stories of late. Don't know whether you like them or not, but you're getting to hear them anyway. There's bits of glue I'm picking up, but it's collol, so it's really good to get off. It's on my fingertips, I can feel it. Right, so this is a third of this size, and then I'll move on to the slightly smaller size. I'm sure there's a quicker way of doing this. But we're not in a hurry, are we? We're just ambling through Saturday. How's everybody getting on with the new time? Do you like it, or is it a nuisance, or what do you think? I think we'll leave it for a month and see how we get on for a month. So now I'm going to use, this is different card, it's thinner card. And as I say, I've made them slightly less wide. I must say I like it later, because at 2 o'clock it's a bit of a rush for me to get everything sorted, actually. And believe it or not, I do try and get organised for lives. I know most times it doesn't look like it, but I do try. Usually the ones that go worst are the ones I'm really organised for. Don't know why that's the way it is, but it is.
So Carmen says they get new time tomorrow. Does it change in England?
No, it doesn't. Not at this stage. It changes the last weekend in March, I believe. So no, you'll have to alter your time there, Carmen.
Mike says, tooth or no tooth, you're brilliant in my book.
Oh, Mike. That is so sweet. Do you think we should have a roll call?
And Jania says, Miss B, you're super cute with or without the tooth.
Oh, Jania, you're such a sweetheart. Thank you.
A roll call, you say?
A roll call. We haven't had a roll call.
I haven't really been paying attention.
Oh, Mr. F.
So let's have a go, and then you have to shout out if I miss you. Julie.
Hiya, Julie.
Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Kyung.
Hi, Kyung.
Ros.
Hi, Ros.
Kathleen.
Hi, Kathleen.
Benice.
Hello, Benice.
Carmen.
Hiya, Carmen.
Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Joan.
Hello, Joan.
Violet.
Hello, Violet.
Jen.
Hiya, Jen.
Jan.
Hi, Jan.
Jean.
Hi, Jean.
Mike.
Hello, Mike.
Joe Ray.
Hi, Joe Ray.
Nancy.
Hiya, Nancy.
Janya.
Hi, Janya.
Sandra.
Hello, Sandra.
Flo.
Hello, Flo.
Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Marcella.
Hi, Marcella.
Leanne.
Hi, Leanne.
Sid.
Hi, Sid.
Amanda Roberts.
Hello, Amanda.
Corrine.
Hello, Corrine.
If I've missed you, shout out.
Wow, it sounds like there's quite a lot of you today.
And say Shaz.
No.
Shaz.
Hello, Shaz. I hope you're feeling a good lot better. Her and her husband had the jab, and both of them were knocked sideways with it. We were fortunate, weren't we, Mr. F?
Yeah, got off lightly.
Nothing happened to us, although people do say the second one might be a bit more iffy. But, you know, when you think about it, it's just so much got to be better than the alternative. You know, if you're thinking about complaining, don't. It's amazing that it's available for us, is all I can say, in such a short time frame. Anyway, that's enough of doom and gloom. I don't want to be a doomy, gloomy person.
Doomy, gloomy.
So did you all enjoy Mr. F's Take 5? I really thought it was lovely. I thought he did a cracking job. We've got a programme, it's quite a new programme, it's about a fortnight old, on the TV at the moment, and it's called Draws Off. And it's, how to describe it? It's 5 people who think they're artists, but some of them aren't really. They're not great. But that doesn't matter. They're good enough to try. And what happens is each day one of them gets the kit off, but in a tasteful manner. There's nothing naughty about it at all. And drapes themselves with some sort of silk type thing. So there's nothing naughty. It's on at tea time anyway, so and there's 5 of them, and 4 of them paint the person who's taken their drawers off. They draw the person who's taken the drawers off, more accurately, and they get an hour to do so. So what we've decided to do well, what I decided, I've just persuaded Mr. F to join in, really.
I'm going to be the life model.
No, he's not going to be the life model. No, he's not. Well, he could be, but he's not. When they show the person who's doing the pose for the other people to draw, we're going to pause the telly there and we're going to have a go at drawing the model and see how we get on. Because we're sitting here at the moment looking at these people going, oh, he's full of himself, him, and he's rubbish. Just how difficult is it? And I rather suspect it's going to be quite difficult. So for the first day, Mr. F's opted, you can use whatever medium you want. Mr. F's opted to use pencil, and I think I will use pastel. You will never see the result, I can tell you that, because they won't be worthy of being shown. It's just a bit of fun for us. And if it turns out that it's not fun, well, we just won't do it again.
We're going to use a different medium every day.
Yeah, I'm going to use a different medium because that's kind of part of what they do on the programme. The artists use a different medium every day. So we've got watercolour, pastel, pencil, ink, acrylic, oil, whatever takes your fancy, really. And I think we've got all of those things, haven't we?
I believe we have sufficiently to do a quick study of somebody.
Quick study. Well, we see what we do. Oh my goodness, it's probably going to be rubbish. But it'll put in an hour for us anyway. And it'll be a good laugh, I reckon. If we start taking it really seriously and get ultra competitive, then no, I'm going to call an end to it because I don't need that sort of thing in my life.
And by competitive, she means if I was better than her, by any margin, that would be the end of the game.
That is exactly what I mean. Yeah, that's exactly.
Any indication that she might not be as good as mine, which is very, very unlikely, but it could happen. You never know.
Of course it could happen. That'll be the end, though.
No.
Oh dear. So yeah, that's what's going to happen here on Monday at 5:30 or something like that in the afternoon.
Mike says no embellishing.
Embellishing.
It's not us getting his kit off.
No, we aren't getting our kit off. Oh no, God. Who would want to draw me?
Lordy, I've only got an hour.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that at all. Even although it was quite funny. Right, so that's it. I think I'm going to have a count up, but I think I've got 6. It's taken me probably half an hour to do this. It's ridiculous. But never mind. Like I say, what's the hurry, eh? I've got glue on my paper that I'm cutting off. That's all right. Right, let's have a bit of a count up and see where we are. So we have 1, 2, 3 of the little ones. 1, 2, 3 of the larger ones. Excellent. So I'll put these blank tags away. I could say in the blank tag drawer, but I don't have such a thing. So I'll put them on top of the printer, which is where everything goes till we have a crafter launch and it has to get tidied up. Right, so I've got bits of glue on here, which aren't looking really tasty at all. So let's just get them off. I have got a glue rubber, should it come to that, and it might. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Right, okay, so these are the larger ones. Let's do those first, just in case we don't even get round to the smaller ones, which is a possibility. You know what happens. Time just vanishes. So those, I seem to have 2 spare pages, which is great. Oh yeah, I think I thought I was making 8. Well, I'm not. I'm making 6. Right, so I've got my these little doodahs. These are from the Edith Holden CD. I printed them onto cream, and I just want to show you the difference between cream and white, just out of curiosity for you. That's printed on cream. I have had to put the colour saturation right up on that. That's just a, you know what that is. And that's it on white. So there is a big difference. You can see those much more clearly. But I love this creamy colour in the background. It's much more Edith than this colour. So, choice is yours. That's them on cream, this is them on white. So I've decided to go with the ones on cream for this. So I've got my pictures, my Edith pictures. I've got all those stamps from the Tim Holtz field notes that I've stamped out and cut up. So I've got all of those to use, should I choose to. Yeah.
Keong says, Ubby just walked in and peeked over. He says, does she ever use her blue mat as a green screen? She could craft on a forest or something.
I could. What a good idea. Now all know now what Mr. F's going to be doing this afternoon, don't you?
Yeah, putting you on a green screen.
Yeah. Anyway.
I'm thinking African plain for some reason.
Oh, too many snakes. I also have these words that are printed out. The promise of spring, a flower blossoms for its own joy, bright and sunny day, bright and cold, visit the daffodils, blossom by blossom the spring begins, which I literally typed out on the typewriter onto coffee stained paper. So that's why I've got that lovely colour to it. And most Windows and everything, Word, they have a typewriter font in there. You don't really need to go and buy a typewriter.
It is fun.
But it's fun. Uh-huh. It's fun. It is a fun thing to do. And if, of course, you use the typewriter font on your Word or whatever, then you can make it larger if you want to. Frankly, I think that's okay. I'm quite happy with that. The other thing that I got out was a couple of sheets of paper from the heirloom pack, the big heirloom pack that we've got, 180 sheets from Die Cuts with a View, because I quite like that colour and I thought it might just, might do something with it. I don't know. Anyway, yes?
Do we have a size check on your images and your tags and stuff?
Yes.
People are asking about sizes.
All the images are 2.5 inches wide. By.
Some taller than others, are they?
Yeah.
All right.
This one here, for example, is 3.25. This one is just over 3.25. This one is just over 2.5. So yeah, they're about that. 3.25, 3 5/8, 3.25. Yeah, I just 3.25. I just sized them so they would be 2.5 inches wide. I wasn't too fussed about the height, so they came out whatever they came out really. So I'm going to look for some images. I thought you stuck your hand up there. I thought, what now? I love the chaffinches, I really do. That's a very Edith image, this one here. So I might put that one on there. I'll have this loose strife one, which is another of my favourites. So I'm thinking I want them off centre. I'm thinking I need to do a bit of inking. It's all looking a bit blah at the moment. So let's get inking. See what happens then. Oh, well, before I go inking, let me cut the corners off my tags. Otherwise, I'll only have to go back and ink again. So I've got my little template for my thingy, corners. You new folk, this is just a credit card and I've cut the corner off. So I can cut it on this side, then turn it over and I'll have exactly the same cut on the other side. And it's worth doing because it drives you bonkers. So yeah, oh, it's looking a bit more like a tag now, Jean. I don't know what it is that we always think we have to be quick doing everything. You know, I watch the shopping channels, the craft shopping channels on the telly. It's either the craft shopping channels, music, or, well, what Mr. F calls death and misery. You know, the crime and investigation type channels is my backdrop for crafting. What was I going to tell you about there? What was I talking about there? You don't know, do you? You weren't listening.
We were talking about death and misery last time I heard. I don't know what you started off on that.
I don't know
you
what
watching
started
telly?
me
You
off.
must have been watching telly.
I don't know. Oh, I know what it was. Watching the shopping channels.
Watching the shopping channels.
Watching the craft shopping channels, creating craft and all that stuff.
How did that get to death and misery? I know they're bad, but...
Well, I was explaining what I normally watch as a backdrop when I'm crafting. So it's either death and misery, create and craft type program, or music, which I don't watch, I just listen to.
Country music, usually. Country
music all the time. Brad Paisley, more than ever. Anyway, that's a different matter for a different day.
For some quiet time.
Yeah, so that looks better, doesn't it, with a bit of ink around it. Let's put some ink around here. Yeah, and they seem to sell everything. You know, you've got enough card here and toppers and this, that and the other to make, 100 cards. And it only takes 2 minutes to make each one. So you'll have all of this stuff used, made into however many cards, all within 10 minutes. I mean, something, ridiculous like that. Why? I'm spending a fortune. Some of those kits that they sell, they're over £100. And they're telling you that you can use it all up in half an hour. I don't want to be using all that up in half an hour. I want to be savouring it and thinking, yeah, this cost a lot of money, but I'm getting a lot of pleasure out of it. But I don't know, they don't seem to see it that way. Do you know what I mean, though? Everybody seems to want to rush everything. I'm as guilty. But I just think it would be nice to chill a bit. Right, so we've got... Oh, I haven't inked the last tag. Haven't inked the back, but you've watched me do enough inking. So I'll spare you that bit. Because this is on cream card and it's quite thick, you don't need to put any coffee stained paper or anything on the back. If you're using something that you can't journal on, then I would definitely say to put something on the back. I would, however, put my little rose stencil on it because I love that and I think it just looks nicely finished. Right, so let's see what we're going to put on here. Well, it needs something, doesn't it? It doesn't need a lot, but it needs something. I'm just going to see what that mustardy coloured paper looks like if I was to cut that up a bit. Close your ears, Janya, because I'm going to chop up this paper.
Lorna says hi.
Hi, Lorna.
Janet says hi.
Hiya. Let's cut it further down this way and then we'll have something to work with. So, what how much do I need, do you think? Yeah, I mean, if I cut that in half, I'm all right. Let's just do that then. I'm not saying this is the solution. It's just worth a shot. I'll just do that bottom edge. Let's have a look and see what we can do, see what we can make from this. So if I was just to put, I don't want it all the way, definitely not, but does that actually even go? Well, I kind of think it does actually. It's that. I just think I just want a sort of thinnish diagonal piece. Let's have a look. No, that's no good. That's just a bit of rubbish. Just a bit of rubbish. Is that going to be any better? Let's slice it down there. How to waste paper. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to cut that down there. I just want a bit behind. So yeah, that's going to do me. That's fine. So I need to cut some others that are that sort of length. That's nice and tall. So just about that sort of width. We don't want them all the same. Right, let's see what's occurring, shall we? See what's going on here. That's the end bit. Right. So if I was just to put a piece of this, a thicker piece like that, down there, along there. I quite like that. It just takes away the plainness. But I think I would like it better if it had zigzag stitching on it. And don't ask me why I think that. I've never done that before, but I just think it might look quite nice. I've got all these lovely words though that could go up it instead. Ooh, the machinations. I'm just going to zigzag down there and see what happens. Might be all right, might not. Well, don't dislike that. That's quite nice, in fact. It's just something different, isn't it? A bit of texture. Okay, so if I was to put that there, then I need... Is there any craft paper, Mr. F, in the box marked craft paper? There's some craft card on the top, but I'm not sure I've got any paper. Craft. Yeah, is that the thinnest?
I think it's all the same in here.
No, it's not. Yeah, that's the same. Thank you very much. So if I was to cut a little bit out of there, put that there. Then I could put, I've got a choice of whether to put one of my Tim Holtz field labels on it.
Age paper, which might
Yeah, no, thank you. You're right, but no. We're off again. Yeah, but no, but...
Back into the one drawer, two drawer scenario.
Yeah, I'm going to stick this down, look, because we're going to be here all day otherwise. So, I just want that just off the top like that. Excellent, scissors. I don't know where they are since I tidied up, honestly. It's a joke. It's just a joke.
Did you do some sewing?
Yes.
Oh, I missed all that then.
I know, you weren't even paying any attention.
I know.
It takes ages to set everything up and then you just start gossiping with the ladies.
Well, you should have just said.
Nah. It was just a row zigzag. Oh, I might keep those, you never know. Right, so I'm going to stick this on.
I'll have to do some more so I can catch it.
I will be. So the colour thread I've got is a kind of mustard colour. I'm obviously having a mustard sort of day. Put these on here. Put this on here, not these. Only one of them. Right, okay, quite like that. I like the texture of the sewing. It's just a bit of added excitement, isn't it? Excitement. Right, so that's going on there, like that. And then the question is, am I going to put some of my words or a Tim Holtz thing? The words are nice. The only thing is, they're actually quite similar to Edith. But if I put them on the craft card, craft paper, they would stand out. That's a bad one because it's too long, but how about this one? Bright and cold. Yeah. Well, I'll glue it on and I'll cut it out and then we can decide, can't we, if we like it or not. See, once I get one right, I can just whiz through the rest. But I might not actually, I might show you something different. And carry on with these on my own. I should have inked that before I put it down. Oh my goodness. Well, we've only got a month to go till lockdown officially sort of ends. So I think I might have enough glue still on there actually. So it's a bit of a countdown now to the D-Day. It's not, everything's not finished, you know, there's still restrictions and what have you. But the non-essential shops can open. And for some reason, they think that hobbycraft is non-essential. So it's been closed all along.
And even worse, the charity shops.
Oh, the charity shops. Mr. F is really missing the charity shops. Right, there we go. So I've got that says bright and cold. I could put it at the top. No. I could put it there. Or I could put it right down here. I quite like it there actually. Oh, I didn't think I would, but I do. So yeah, let's get this stuck down then. Yes, a lot of decisions, isn't it? An awful lot of decisions for one person to have to make. I thought I hadn't got too much out today, so I wouldn't confuse myself. But I've managed to. Right, so I want this in a little bit from the side, down a little bit from that shoulder of the tag. So about there. So you can still see the zigzagging on the paper there. Lovely. Grand and dandy, I'd say. And this, I'll just ink around the craft. It does look nice with ink on it. It's the one thing that I can see why people would use walnut stain, because it looks really, really nice on craft card. I'll just give it 2 coats because my walnut stain's in the drawer. Right, there we are. So I'm going to pop that down there, just in a little bit from the sides, so about there. No, it's going where I said it was going. Thank you to Nancy, who sent me some craft card. Oh, all sorts of things. It was the most unbelievable package you've ever seen, including slipper socks. Mickey Mouse slipper socks. There we go. Right. Okie dokie. So, brilliant. We have achieved a whole tag. Now, I want to sew around that, but I'm just going to leave it for a second for that glue to firm up a bit. So, I'm going to have a go at another one. I'll have a go at these ones. These are the narrower ones. These are 3 inches. Now I have a new toy to play with, which I have subsequently lost. Here we are. And it's a tag punch board. Thank goodness, because honestly it drives me mad trying to centre holes in tags. It really, really does. So this is 3 inches. It goes in here and there's a line that says 3 inches. You pop it in on that line like that. You press the thing and you get a hole. It's in the centre. Hallelujah. It's a We Are Memory Keepers one. Oh, strung up with glue. This is a little cutter in here. It goes along there, goes in there, cuts off your tag part. And then there's a whole band of different letters here. So you select the letter that you want. So if I selected F, that would cut along there, and that would be the size of the thing. If I move up to I, and it's cutting through the centre, that's just too much, obviously. If I move it down to A, it doesn't even reach the cutty thing, so that's not going to be any good. C, very small. D, it's a bit small for me. I know a lot of people do use that, and I like it when I see it, but it's not big enough for me. So this is E. I think that's, don't know, what about F? What about F for Mr. Fix-It? I think that's going to be all right there. So just hold that down, and cut your tag off. Look at that. Get back in there. So you just turn it over and you do the same thing. So line it up with F. No, line the top bit up with F. Again. Put it down. Put your blade in. And there we are. I mean, I made a bit of a meal of that, but if you've got loads of tags to do, like, you know, you're doing the end of your journal and you've got loads to do, it is a really good thing. It just, I'm terrible for putting these in. I know a lot of you put them in by eye. I just can't do that. I have to measure them. By the time I've measured it and blah, 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 it drives me bonkers. So that's that. Anyway, that's the tag punch board. So let's ink around here. After I've done this one and sewn around them both, I shall move on to the next part of the process, because you've watched me struggle with tags enough. There we are. Here we are. These are these ones. So there's that one. They look a bit larger on this tag, obviously, because the tag's 3 inches and these are 2.5 inches wide. So that's quite a nice one, actually, that one. I'll leave that one. My beautiful chaffinches. Ah, love them. But I think, yeah, I'm going to go with this one. which I'm going to ink around. Vintage photo that I'm using, actually I forgot to say when I was talking about the walnut stain. Today I'm using vintage photo, which is a fairly sort of medium brown. I reckon it's probably the most commonly used. I think I'm going to have to put that in the centre because I can't get it far enough across for it to look nice. So let's take one of our...
Hi, Gonnie.
Hiya, Gonnie. Let's take one of our strips of this mustard coloured, get in, paper. Yeah, quite like that. I don't dislike that at all. So I'm going to sew. Sewing.
Sewing. Sewing cam. Ooh.
I might make it, no, started now. No, might make it a bit longer. Like that. For those of you that like the grungier side of life, yeah, I like that longer stitch. If you use black thread, you'll really, it really will show up and look nice and grungy if that's your thing. Right, so I'm going to stick that to there. I'm just going to cut off the top so I know where it's going. Hello. Right. I mean, you could make beautiful collages with these little pictures, but, I think Julie's got the collage covered, so you don't need to see me doing the same thing. Right, so that goes there. There we go. I didn't ink that one, and I haven't inked this one, and I'm pleased with that. Looks all right to me. I think we're beginning to turn the grunge corner if we did.
Jenny says it's weird when she's sewing because she's got the sound of your machine in her head.
And this we're going to put centrally on there, and then I'm going to work out whether I want a word or a Tim Holtz-ified thing.
Miss P wants a word. That should strike fear into anybody.
I want a word with you. Yeah, I quite like that. Just this number. It's fine. It's all that's needed, I think. So I'm going to stick this onto my craft card. Well, paper card. Don't know, it's kind of midway. It's probably card. But I have remembered to ink it this time, so that's good.
Missy Gilly says, what do you mean about a CD?
Ah.
Do you want me to pass you one?
Yeah, please. Oh, hang on, there's one here, isn't there?
Yes, that's where I'm going to.
Oh. This is the CD. It's by Joanna Sheen, and it's called The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. And it says Papercraft CD-ROM 2-disc set. And that is exactly what it is. It comes like this. Opens up. There's 2 CDs here. And on the back there's sort of inspiration type ideas. And it's intended, I would say, for card makers, but that doesn't detract from the fact that we also want images. And it has got lots of pages on it that are letterheads with Edith's pictures, cards, envelopes, all sorts of things. But it also, at the end of each section of images, has a page that has just got 6 images, just 6 of the images as you would find them in the book. And with a bit of jiggery pokery, you can crop them out, crop one out, and you can expand it, which then makes it very useful for junk journalists, because then you can make it the size of the height of your page or whatever. Where one might find it, well,
it's 2009 or something. Does it say on the bottom
it
left?
says 2009.
Yeah.
And it says requirements: PC running Windows 98, XP or Vista. So that'll give you an idea about how long ago that was. Ours doesn't run on the iMac, but it doesn't matter because I don't want it to run. All I want are the images of it, so I can do with them what I want. So the fact that it doesn't open up and say which card would you like to make today doesn't bother me in the slightest. Mr. F's done several, and I think I did one as well actually, videos about how to get these images from here into a useful state for you. The only place I can think of to look is eBay or charity shops or whatever. I'm not sure if you're in America or the UK. Charity shops, so, you might just hit on lucky. You just might. There are 2 that are available. There's the Joanna Sheen one, and there's another one by, is it Crafter's Companion?
Yes.
Which I wouldn't, I mean, it has got images on and papers and stuff, but not a patch on the Joanna Sheen one at all. So I wouldn't recommend particularly that one. I've got it, but I don't really use it. What else can I tell you? That's all I can tell you, really. They go for about, I don't know, 20 quid, something like that. Would you say, Mr. F? Maybe slightly more.
In that sort of region.
Yeah. But you really have to keep your peepers out, because, everybody is looking for that holy grail. So, do your searches and do them well. And once you've got one, don't give it up, don't give it up. Hang on to it, because they are like gold dust. So I'm just going to pop that one down there. So we've ended up with 2 tags that are pretty similar, one wider than the other, and that's really the only difference. Stick this down here. Just in a little bit, like that. That's great. Right, so we'll leave that. That's doing its own thing, and the glue's drying, etc., etc. And this one's now dry. Honestly, I can make a mess out of nothing. So I'm going to sew around here now. I didn't sew around the Edith picture because actually I cut it really quite close, so I'm not going to sew around there. You can if you want to, obviously. I am actually going to sew all the way around the edge, and I'm just going to use a straight stitch, and I'm going to move my needle over to the, as I look at it, right hand side, so that I can get it quite near the edge and still be able to follow the foot around. Because if you see that, the edge of my foot is on the edge of the card. So I've moved the needle from the centre over to the right, so I can still follow the edge of my foot, but my needle has shifted over. If you follow my gist. So it's one of those ones where I seem to be lecturing you today, I'm sorry. I said to you the other day that I did feel that I hadn't been doing enough sewing on things of late, and I've been doing things that were quite quick to do. So I'm really trying now to do things that are, Might take a little bit longer, but they'll be nice, hopefully. Our Bobby isn't very well. He's got an eye infection. So I'm afraid he's just lying in his bed, quite forlorn. I'll just do the other one while I'm here, Mr. F. Don't swap back yet. I think that'll be dry enough. Honestly, seeing all you girls doing the sewing, I really had to start doing it again. Janya, the piece that she put up, it's just amazing, Janya. I'm so proud of you for being able to do that. And the other one that's well, Bernice put a picture up, and she'd done some sewing on a flower fairy tag. But the other person that really comes to mind is Leslie. Honestly, a year ago or whatever, Leslie acquired somehow, I'm not sure given her mother's sewing machine. And she genuinely did not know which way was up with it. She really didn't. And now she's just a whiz, total whiz. She's so good. So, you know, I'm so proud of you girls. Because I know it takes a little while to get going with it. Okay, right, let's just snip the ends off there, and I think we've made 2 tags. In no way are they complicated or difficult. You can do it easily. You didn't need me to show you how to do it, I know that. But, you know, sometimes it's just nice for me to do something relatively straightforward. And I do actually need some Edith tags, so that's good. Can I just draw your attention to the back of the stitching? And it never ever looks as tidy as the front. That's because the needle has to punch its way through, and so you get all those paper punch bits at the back. But if you take a bone folder like this divine one that Nancy sent me, look at that, it's Teflon, it's gorgeous. And just go over your stitches and push them back into the card. It will look a bit better. It'll never look as pretty as the front, but it will look better if you push that paper down, or card, or whatever you're using. So there we are. There's the wide one, and the narrow one. Oh, that bone folder's delightful. Right, so that's them. They need pockets to go in, obviously. So let's have a think about the pockets situation. Well, I had to think about the pocket situation prior to starting this live, because I was organised. You know, by my standards, I was organised. So I sort out some envelopes. And these ones, I thought I hadn't been into them before, but I have. They're obviously white, but they are a nice quality envelope. And that just fits in there perfectly. And for the wider one, it doesn't fit in there. It just doesn't, just by the skin of its teeth. But, oh, I just moved my sewing cam. I have these cream ones here, and they too are a nice quality. And that fits in there just fine. It's great. So what I'm planning to do is cut it off and make a pocket that you can then subsequently stick in your book, or you can decorate the back as well if you want to, make it a floating pocket. It's up to you. But out of this envelope we'll get two pockets, so I don't want it coming all the way up. So let's see how far up we actually want it. So it'll go down to the bottom, I think. There won't be anything stopping it. So where's my pencil gone? This pencil's so blunt, it's ridiculous. I think I want it up to there. I don't want it falling out of the pocket, but I don't want to hide all of this either. So I'll say there. So what's that then? That's, well, it's about 2 1/4. It's about 2 3/8 actually, to be exact. So I'll just slice that off there, and let's just see what it looks like when it's not attached to the rest of the envelope. It's a brand new blade as well. I don't know what I'm doing to my blades. Right, so is that deep enough? Yeah, I think it is actually. Doesn't feel like it's going to fall out of there. Oh, great. Marvellous. So let's do the cream one as well. That'll go down there. How far up do we want it to come, I wonder? I can always cut it down, but I can't add it on. So about there? Yeah, about there. So what's that then? And it is 2 5/8. So it's just 1/4 inch more than the other one. Let's cut that off there. And, you know, don't forget there's another one on the bottom as well, so don't get chucking these out just yet. Now we need to glue this down, because we don't want that, and I don't fancy licking it particularly, not in this day and age. Well, not ever really, but so just glue that down. Just glue, please. So look. Yeah, I'm just going to have to put a bit of glue on the inside there. Should have done that. In fact, I'll do it now.
Yes, you.
I don't want my thing catching, my tag catching. So I'll just put a little bit of glue up the inside of there as well. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry I haven't been doing any videos this week, but as I say, I've been busy on Secret Squirrel stuff. Secret Squirrel Patrol. Right, that's all right. There's no glue seeping through that or anything. That will be fine. That'll be just nice, actually. Yeah, great. I like it. Now, obviously, I can't sew all 4 sides because I'll sew it shut. So, but I can sew the 3 sides. This one, because it's white, and I'm not overly keen on the white, I am going to cover completely. So just a bit of glue on there, and a bit of glue down the outside of here. And the same thing here. I'm going to cover it completely, but I am going to sew around the 3 sides. So what can we cover it with? Well, we've still got some Edith Holden pages. We've still got some Edith Holden images, but they're a little on the large side.
Sandra Elwood would like to know what is Secret Squirrel.
Well, you can't know because it's a secret. Secret Squirrel is just things that you do that are a secret. That's all, isn't it? It's my understanding. Right, let's see. What did I do with those spare Edith Holden pages? I wonder. Oh, here they are. I think I probably only need 1. Could you get me a throat lozenge, please, before I get coughing again? So that's not going to go all the way to the edge, but I'm going to cut it like that. So I've got a bit down there. So let's just draw around that. And let's draw around the other one while we're here, because we want to cover, I certainly want to cover all of this one up. And I can get all of that in the text. Great. Thanks, my love. So for those of you that follow my diet and what I'm eating, diet as in what I eat, not diet as in I'm dieting, because yes, I should be, but sadly I'm not. So for tea tonight is chicken leg, chips and beans. It's a Saturday night, and on a Saturday night we always have, well, what we call a Saturday night tea. So it's something kind of trashy usually. Not that chicken leg's trashy, but chips and beans are a bit trashy. So that's on the menu for this evening. We had a whole roast chicken, you see, so for the last couple of days we've been having like chicken and salad and what have you. Chicken sandwiches. Oh, we make our own stuffing and it's gorgeous. But today it's the end of the chicken, so it's just whatever's left. And chips and beans. And it's 5:15 already, so by the time I've finished here, I haven't got a line along here. I might have the faintest of lines. So I want these pockets to match these tags so they can go in it and look good. So once again, I'm keeping that because of the text, because of the word, that will really have a use. I'm not kidding you, it will. So let's stick this onto the cream one. You can make yours deeper if you want to. This just seemed to be all right to me. I don't want to cover up all of that Edith image. You could, of course, print out a smaller Edith image if you wanted to and put it on the pocket. That's an idea that you could do. So let's get this over to this side. Like, oh, I need to pull it down a little bit. There we go. Right. Oh, it says garlic cloves. I love garlic. I absolutely love garlic. Just check I've got that the right way up. Where's the top? Yeah, I think that's right. Have I glued it shut? Oh no. Phew, I thought I glued it the wrong way round. Best to check at this stage, eh? I tell you, that expedited delivery that we sent Mr. Green with, it's not the cheapest. I'm not saying it's the cheapest, it's definitely not. But my goodness, it's good. We sent it on Tuesday dropped it in at the UPS depot on Tuesday, and it had reached its destination on Thursday. I mean, it's incredible. Incredible. Right, so let's just trim these extra bits off. Yeah, so the secret squirrel stuff will be revealed to you during the week. That's all I can say. Won't be revealed tomorrow because I won't be ready. Might do a bit more tidying up tomorrow. Are you up for that, guys? Another tidy week? Tidy video? Live. Because I think we only did about 3 drawers, didn't we? And if I leave it much longer in between, the drawers that I've done are going to get mucky again. That's just not quite square there at all.
Mike says we might need some handy dandy decoder rings. Your secret squirrel.
Oh, secret squirrel. Oh, I see. Oh, secret squirrel doesn't travel the Atlantic. Ah, right. It's just, I'm up to some secret stuff. That's all it means.
No, I think he's referring to the fact of rings, as in a ring-bound journal.
Ah, no. See what you mean, Mike, but no. Right.
And it should travel because they use it in US military.
Secret squirrel?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
Like
do you get secret squirrel parade?
No, but if somebody says, oh, what are you working on? You say in a light-hearted manner, secret squirrel stuff.
Ah,
meaning,
right.
don't ask me about it because I can't talk about it.
Ah, right. Okay. Oh, that's obviously where it comes from then. Secret squirrel stuff.
Yeah, and then they made a cartoon of secret squirrel. But I think the phrase probably came first and secret squirrel cartoon came afterwards.
Ah, right. So I'm not fixing aeroplanes or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just something that I'm working on that's taken me all week, and it's had no right to take me all week, but it has. And I'm about halfway there, but I've done the worst bit now, so. Right, so I'm going to put this back onto zigzag. I'm going to make it longer because I quite liked it when it was longer. Sewing, Mr. F.
Yep, you're there.
Okay. Okay. Right. I mean, can you see that? You can't even see it, can you?
Yeah.
There you go. See that, can't you? Right. So I'm going to stick that there. I'm going to leave enough room that I can actually sew around. Yeah. Just square that off at the top. And cut that off where I want it. About there. Same with this one. Oh, I haven't inked around it yet. Don't let me stick it down without inking around it. I'm going to do a similar sort of thing. I quite like that. What's that going to look like when it's in situ? I'll just put it behind for now because it's... Yeah, you see, should I put it there? Oh, well, yeah, but what happens if it moves in the pocket? That's it in the pocket, and that's it fairly centrally in the pocket. So, should I follow that line down? But if it's not centrally in the pocket, it's not going to look right, is it?
What about the other side, like this?
Yeah, what about there?
Swap sides.
Yeah, I think
Then
that's...
there's no possibility of it ever lining up or not lining up.
Mr. F, you're just such a blooming genius. Blooming genius is what you are. So I'm going to put this one on the other side as well because that's really a good idea. When I was doing my art degree, Mr. F had the best ideas ever I'd be scratching my head. I don't know what they want. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I need to come up with some stonking ideas. Right, so I need to ink around my didgeridoo. And then stick them on and then worry about what else I'm going to put on. I might put a bit of lace on, you know. I just might.
That could be a whole new series, that inking your didgeridoo.
Inking your didgeridoo. Yeah. I don't know why I find that funny. It's not in any rude sense. I'm not being rude. It's just funny. Okay. I had a really good idea of what I was going to put on there. Now I've forgotten.
It would be quite unique. It would be Aboriginal.
Aboriginal. Excuse me. Yeah, we would. It would definitely be Aboriginal. That darts player, I can't remember his name now, but he's called the Original, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Oh.
Kyle Anderson.
That's it. I think he's just retired.
Was he?
Yeah. Well, he's gone back home to play, should we say.
Right, so that's going on there. I'll leave that just to stick before I cut the top and bottom off, just to set up a bit. That's the thing with this collal, you do get time to move stuff. It does wipe off the face of your projects really, really easily. It just takes just a minute or two just to set up, which is not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing at all. That's lovely. Right, so yeah, I am going to put some lace on.
Laura Horner says hi.
Hiya Laura, hope you're doing all right. Yeah, I'm going to put some lace on. These are my choices. I've got masses. I know I've got masses of lace, but I've got masses of this really thin lace. I've probably got more of this than anything. And seeing as ultimately I want to do 6 that are kind of in the family, yeah, I think that's quite nice. So let's chop that off and that. Stick some lace on. I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer because I know it's good for fabric. That's probably never going to come out in a million years. Oh, that's disgusting. Let's see if it wants to come out. So, oh, look at that. So yeah, I might do a tidy up tomorrow. Has it got a right and a wrong? Don't think so particularly. So pop that on almost up to the top. But just leave your inked edge because it looks nice. In keeping. Lovely. And when the glue's still wet, don't cut it too close to it because you'll disturb it. You don't want disturbed lace. Don't forget to put a fair bit of glue down because this lace in particular, this cotton crochet lace, it really drinks the glue up.
Oh, Dixie says the favourite thing you say is don't be a Charlie.
Don't be a Charlie. Oh, come on, don't be a Charlie. It's just, when you are a Charlie, it's just something that's forever in your, at the tip of your tongue. Right, so finished with that. So I'll just leave that to dry, that lace, for a minute. And I'm going to just decide what I'm going to put on here. Now, the choice hasn't changed. I've still got the words that I had, which I do quite like. And I think, visit the daffodils. Yeah, I like that. A bright sunny day. Nice. What's wrong with that? I mean, if we put that on a bit of craft card, it'd look quite nice, wouldn't it? I might have room for a longer one there. Maybe not. The Promise of Spring. Oh, that's what we're all waiting for, isn't it? Spring. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those on. And then they will match in with the tags. So I'll just stick them onto some craft card, just as before. Nothing exciting here. Do you think it's been a bit of a dull live today? It possibly has that potential. Sometimes you've got to do dull things. Yeah, all right, I don't need to make a live out of it, you're right. But these tags and envelopes and stuff, you could make them with any topic at all that you like. You don't have to use book page, you could use music, you could use some of your 12 by 12s that you're not awfully keen on, get them used up. The Promise of Spring. Oh. We think that spring has kind of sprung. We saw some lambs the other day, and we are so far north in England that our lambing time is usually quite late. But we did see some lambs the other day. So we're thinking that spring must be, you know, it must be on the agenda somewhere. And we saw some daffodils out, crocuses. So yeah, I think we're getting there. The worst of winter, for us at any rate, I think is over. Although it wouldn't be the first time we had a big snowfall in March. Would it, Mr. F?
It would not, no. It's quite... Traditionally snows on your birthday.
Yeah. Okay, so that can go there. I'll ink around it. And this one... I wish I could remember where I got these deckle-edged scissors from, because they really are so good, and I'd like to let you know where I got them from, so you could buy them again. Or, you know, I could buy them and send them to you. But I really, honestly do not remember. And I haven't seen them in a shop at all since then, so I don't know if Mr. F picked them up at a charity shop, which is always a possibility. But I've used them a lot and they don't seem blunt at all. I can't see a name on them either. So if you wanted to, you could decorate the back of your envelope as well, or you know, just use a brush like this and your ink and just go over it so you knock the white off it, because the white doesn't go with this at all. Everything's very cream.
You bought them on Amazon.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
How much were they?
I shall have a look. £3.60.
Goodness. Are they still available?
Yep.
Mm. Well, fancy that.
Well, she says they're in stock on March the 19th, so...
All right.
About 6 days away. FCO Decal Creative Scissor.
Well, I can speak very, very highly of them, I can tell you. When did I buy them?
12th of November 2019.
A little while ago.
So, a year and a half ago, I suppose.
Well, they certainly haven't blunted at all. Right. So I'm just going to cut my lace off. sew around them, put the tag in, see what they look like, discuss if you wanted to make it a floating pocket, what I would do. Ooh, might have to glue that, I think I just chopped it. Right, so I'm not going to zigzag around these, I'm going to straight stitch, and I'm going to move my needle across to there. And I'm just going to start down a little bit, but reverse up to the top. I forgot to take this into account when I was measuring the height of my pocket, but I wanted to sew around it. So let's hope that it still, you know, looks all right. Same with this one. Foot slipped. Not quite used to sitting here yet. Okay, so let's hope that by sewing around them I haven't made them too narrow for the things to go into, because then I'd have to make other tags.
Do you want to know if you added a table to your desk for your sewing machine, or was it big enough?
No, it was big enough actually, Jean. I have had to have...
Jen.
Oh, Jen. I have had to have a bit of a kind of tidy up on my desk, and I still haven't shown you that beautiful box that Victoria made for me, which I shall do as soon as I see whether these tags fit in here or not. Right, so this is the larger one. See, I haven't been careful enough when I sewed there. I've puckered it up. Oh yes. Oh, that's lovely. That's really nice. I'm going to have to unpick that because I know I can't live with that. And this one. Please fit, please fit, please fit. Oh yes. It's snug. It's snug, but it does fit. And after all, that's all that matters. Yeah. I definitely will unpick that. There's no way I can live with that. But there's our two tags. There's our two pockets. I think they will be a nice addition to a journal. They're fairly plain and straightforward, but they do have Edith on them. So, you know, they look nice. Now, if you have only got white envelopes like this, and you want to make a floating pocket, see, that would be fine as a floating pocket, to be honest. You could cover that with coffee stained paper if you wanted to, and you could do the same with that, which actually I think would be nicer than what I'm going to tell you. So yeah, let's leave it at that. You could cover these with coffee stained paper. They'd look grand. Right, okay, I'm just going to have to unpick this now because it's actually really getting my OCD on edge. I can't be doing with it. That's it. Just unpick that back to there. I don't think my thingy's very sharp. Right, I'm just going to sew that last little bit. Sorry guys, it's just the way of the world. I'm going to put it there, reverse a little bit. Lovely. That's better, that I can live with. Got a little end. I do like the look of sewing, and I like the fact that somebody has taken the time to do it. It just looks so complete. Right, there we are. 2 tags that you may wish to copy in some way. You're more than welcome. These are going, as I say, into my secret squirrel thing. So there we have it. Right, let's have a look at this fabulous, fabulous thing that arrived today. Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. It came in a big box. And I couldn't believe Mr. F came in from the postman and said, oh, there's a letter from Saga or something, which are the people that deal with old people. And there was something else. And there's this huge box, which he always asks me, which do you want to open first? I said, the big box, the big box. And oh, look at it. Look at this. Hey, what do you reckon to that? Miss Paintalot.
Come out a bit.
No, not too much, because I like them to see the detail. And each one of these is a paper tube from, I don't know, a magazine or something. It's just sensational. Look at it. And it's got this joyously large knob on the top, which I don't even know how she made. I don't. And these pretty, pretty flowers here, some proper lavender and a lovely little butterfly buttons in there. It's just perfect. And then you open it up and this is what it says on the lid. I mean, look at this music paper even along here. You know, this is not one of those projects that takes you 5 minutes. This takes a long time, and trust me, I appreciate it more than you can imagine. And it says 2021, grateful for Mrs. P, Mr. and Mr. F. And then it's got this little doily down here, the perfect colour. And it's got a little envelope in there, it's got a little message in, and then a little tag here that says thank you. I mean, thank you. And they fit in there. I mean, look at the size of this little envelope. It's divine. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the colour of that doily, it's just so perfect. And some dried flowers here as well. I love the music paper. I just love it. Really, really love it. And then inside, if I put it that way, can you see it better? Yeah. There's this letter, a card actually, which is really pretty as well. I love that. And it just says thank you and lots of nice things from Victoria. I mean, I can actually see me using that in the very near future. So that's the little card. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's loads of coffee cups in it. Oh, they're all flying out the wrong way. These tiny, teeny, tiny little coffee cups. I love it. Have a cup of coffee, thank you. So yeah, that's that. And then there's this package here that, I mean, look at the paper. It's gorgeous. And I've only opened one end because I didn't want to sort of wreck the paper really. But these are fabulous. Look at these charms that she's made. I must say the quality of the bag's beautiful as well.
Did you see who it's from?
Victoria Mac.
Yeah, people didn't catch.
Oh, sorry. No, it's from Victoria Mac. Can't tell you how grateful I am. Yeah, look at this little charm with the fruit, the leaves and the fruit. It's amazing. You see it there. The leaves and the fruit. I love it. I love it. I love it. And she sent me 2 of those. Those are apples, definitely, by the shape of them. This, which is also gorgeous. Look at that. It's a beaded ball. It's a charm. I love it. I just absolutely love it. And if you think these are going on the spine of anything that I'm going to be making soon, you're sadly wrong. Because I'm keeping these. These were a gift to me and I'm keeping them for me. So as I can look at them and love them. This one. Look at this. Just look at this. It's a little girl and she articulates. It's brilliant. She moves around. It's a little girl made of beads. Fabulous. There's some more apples there. Apple charm, another one. And this rolled paper made with magazine pages and music sheets. And there haven't been in them because I can see what they are. They're just beautiful. They're like little boho beads, but tiny. I look at the size of my finger there compared to it. They are lovely. Love them. And then down in the bottom here it says pokeweed. Oh, and there's a stray cup of coffee there. So I'm overwhelmed by it actually, Victoria. It's really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift. Very personal. And it's right here on my desk and it's going nowhere. That was really why I started cleaning my desk up, so as I would have room to put this beautiful thing from Victoria. And I'm sure you'll agree, it's really a thing of beauty.
The bottom, you see what it's made of.
Ah, yeah, the bottom. It says 25 premium cigars, handmade, Dominican Republic, all long filter. Filter? Whatever, I don't know. Don't smoke cigars. Association of Dominican Cigar Manufacturers. And it's lovely. It's gorgeous wood. But that's it. I mean, how long does it take to make all these paper things? Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. So there, yeah, I am totally in love with it. I'm very grateful to you, very appreciative of your time, Victoria. I really do love it. Thank you so much for thinking of us. And I will be thinking of you because it's going right there on my desk. So I can see it every minute, every day when I'm crafting. Right, so these are our 2 things that it's taken us 1 hour and 3/4 to make. That's a bit poor, isn't it, really? Poor today. But I do like the finished results. So I will crack on and I shall do more of these. Some will be for sale in my Etsy shop, but you know, not today because I've got to finish off making them. And the other thing I wanted to say was thank you ever such a lot to everybody who's bought me a cup of coffee. I really, really appreciate it. It's not cheap doing all this, as you all know. And a lot of the things that I do for lives don't get used. They're just an example to show you. So, you know, I really do appreciate the help with on the financial side. Right, that's about it. I'll be back tomorrow. It probably will be a tidy-uppy one, I think. Looking around me, it looks a bit of a state, so could do with a bit of a tidy up. And yeah, that's all I know. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at 4 o'clock UK time. Really grateful to everybody who's joined the live chat today. It's nice to see you all. I hope I haven't bored you. I really do. And that's all I've got to say. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Be safe.